what's happening. So this guy right here, not doing so well. You'll see that in the video to come. I'll have videos to follow to see if I can resolve the issues. But let's get into the video so you can see what's actually happening on this baby right now. It's not good. All right, so you guys can see here I got I got cyanobacteria popping up all over. Everything's starting to turn red. This is all just within the last 2 weeks. You know, I did them tests. You can look back in the videos here just 2 weeks ago. They were actually up-to-date videos. I've been trying to do one every week on a Sunday, just to give a time frame to it, and you can see how the tank looked. If you go back to those videos, you can see when I did the tests. Now you can look here 2 weeks later, after I got the test results back, and I was actually just commenting how I thought that the cyanobacteria was nothing to worry about because I didn't have the blooms or anything showing up in my tank. Well, look, I mean, that bottom rock down there, it's covered with red. You can see the APTASIA is, it's flourishing in there. I was keeping it, I thought, under control with the whole lemon juice thing, but I mean, since just within those last 2 weeks, I mean, it's been popping up all over. There's, the red's all over the place. It's growing all over the rocks. It's trying to grow over the corals. The APTASIA's all over the place. I got some spots that suddenly popped up with hair algae. I've been doing water tests on the tank. Believe it or not, all my water tests have been turning out good. The phosphates and the nitrates, nitrite, ammonia. I mean, I went through the whole line of it, and everything looks good. But I have done a little research here already, and it says that rocks can actually absorb nutrients and phosphates and whatnot, and once they get to a point where they've absorbed all they can absorb, they start releasing it back into the tank, which can leave your test results misinformed. I don't know if that's what's happening here. I'm just throwing out ideas. At this point, I'm kind of at a loss. You can see everything's turning red here. I got to figure out what's going on. I mean, look at that corner. It's actually growing up in the corner like a sheet. I've never seen it like that. I mean, the backs of the rocks, it's even kind of an orange color on the bottom. It's crazy. It's going through the back there, the back of the tank. You can see it's up on the wall. Hair algae, you can see that waving around there. So, I mean, obviously I got phosphates in the tank, more than what the readings are giving me. I don't know if the readings are giving me false readings. I don't know if I'm overfeeding. I don't know if I'm, what it is. When I did the rockscape on here, I did do, some base rock for the majority, but then there was a few pieces I kind of implemented in of actual rock from another tank. It seems like the rock that I implemented in from the other tank is actually the one that's showing the worst cases, so I don't know if there was contaminants on that rock. The coralline algae and everything was growing great here in the videos previous. I guess it still is, but it was all looking like it was going to be on the up and up. I thought I was kind of on the easy street here, but you can tell in this video, just by looking through there, that the red is showing up everywhere. It's on the back, it's on the rock, it's around the corals. It's taken over the tank, and then the APTASIA, I mean, good Lord. I mean, look at the back there. That rock back there it's literally so heavy in it right now. I mean, that picture doesn't even do it justice. You can't even believe how much is on there. I was going to take that rock out and just throw it in a bucket of bleach, but I can't. It's kind of the base of the structure here. I'd have to take the whole structure out, so that it's not really an option. I am going to be adding some peppermint shrimp here. I'll throw that into the video here so you can see where that's being done. I don't know that this other shrimp here, that coral banded that you seen in the thing, he'll probably end up eating them. I'm kind of at a loss. I got the hair algae growing around the corals themselves, and I got the cyanobacteria showing up. I mean, this thing's it went from, you know, I was doing a video and I was thinking to myself, I'm kind of running out of videos to do because everything is just kind of falling into place. I mean, I got a bubble algae, one little bubble growing on that coral there. I was kind of getting, I guess, overconfident about it, and well, now I guess there's going to be videos to come. That's the fortunate part of it, because I'm going to have to figure out how to resolve these issues. As I resolve these issues, I'll be putting out videos, what I did. I mean, obviously, if I do something and it doesn't work, I'll put that video out as well. I really don't know exactly how I'm going to approach this right now. I am looking at buying an APTASIA eating filefish. I do hear that they are one of the best ways to get rid of that APTASIA. That said, you know, there's going to be some quarantine time there. It's not going to be like an overnight thing. So, you know, the way this stuff like multiplied within a couple of weeks, I can't imagine what it would be by the time I get that. That's why I'm putting the shrimp in right away. Hopefully them shrimp can kind of keep it a little calmed down without that guy right there eating them. I'm going to try to keep him fed. I've heard many mixed things. I've heard where some people have coral banded shrimp and they don't bother the peppermint shrimp, and I've heard more where they have coral banded shrimp and they eat the other shrimp in the tank. So if that's the case, I may have just bought some expensive food for him. We'll have to we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But right now things are not looking great in the tank. As you can tell, the red's coming fast. As far as the livestock and the corals and everything, I mean, they're all doing well for the time being. But obviously, these things need to be taken control. The APTASIA alone will actually end up taking over, you know, stinging all the corals, and I'll have problems there. So I guess I'm hoping that we can get that under control. But the shrimp, once I get them in there, we can only hope that they, if nothing else, just take care of the little ones. I don't know that them shrimp are actually going to attack some of them. I mean, some of them are pretty good size in there. Here's what I did actually, as I went in and my water changed today. I took a little brush, basically it was just kind of like a paintbrush I got on the end of a little stick that I think I had it in one of the earlier videos to show you. I brushed all the red off and kind of sucked it up with the siphon. Tried to clean it up the best I could. I mean, you can see the hair algae still there, which, you know, the hair algae I'm not too worried about. I have just going by earlier videos, I have a pretty easy fix for that when that starts to get crazy. But that cyanobacteria, I don't have a great fix for that yet. And doing research, I don't show a great fix for that out there. So I don't know if it's because I'm overfeeding, if you know, the rocks and everything are reached their level of what they can absorb and they're releasing it back into the water. Something happened here in the last 2 weeks that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed quickly. You can see back here where I vacuumed out the red, you know, that was back out covering up the wall back there. Just trying to keep it clean. Obviously, I missed the red on the back of these rocks, which now that I'm looking at the video, I wish I would have spent a little more time on that. I'll probably be doing some water changes and just vacuuming up the red as best I can to keep it cleared off the corals and keep it cleared off the rocks until I can figure out what method I'm going to be using to try and fix that. Like I said, there'll be videos to come here, you know, and what I tried and what worked and what didn't work, and hopefully I can get this figured out. I'm kind of at a loss right now because it all hit at once, but wish me luck. All right, so here's the little fellows I bought to help with the APTASIA. I'll be putting them in the tank here. I guess all I can say is let's hope that they can at least at the very least, let's hope that they can keep down some of the new growth. I'm not sure that they'll take on any of the big ones that are in there. I've heard they'd pretty much stick with the young APTASIA, but we'll find out what happens. I'm going to throw them in there. Let's hope the coral banded shrimp doesn't decide that they're dinner, because it'll be a kind of an expensive waste if it is. But we're going to throw them in there, see if they can. I guess what I'm hoping is that they at least keep the new growth down until I get something like a nudibranch or a filefish in there, something that can handle it a little bit more. Wish me luck on this. I'll keep you informed. All right, so you guys had a chance to see what I was seeing here. I didn't really go over what I'm going to be doing on it yet. I did add some shrimp, talked about a filefish, but we'll see what happens going forward. I'll try to get it in the videos to come. Hopefully, success. You never know. This took me by surprise. I guess that test I did was spot on, and I just didn't believe it. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Always like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me how to fix it. You never know. It might be an idea I never had. Most likely is, because I'm really at a loss right now. Again, next time.